Man, Commander Walker ain't here to play. He came with receipts, y'all.
P-A-S-C-A-L.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Pascal back at it again with another pop-up video. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and on Twitter, The Pascal Show. One word, hit that like button down below. And don't forget to crush that subscribe button if this is your first time checking out this channel right here. Anyway, we got to jump into this one. Woo! Commander Walker, Commander William J. Walker has come through. He is not joking around. He is the head, if you don't know who he is the head of the D.C. National Guard, and he is right now, or they have just gotten done, if I'm correct, just gotten done with their hearing, Senate hearing in regards to everything that has gone down, all the things behind the scenes that happened on January 6th. And if you don't know what was going on the 6th, clearly you've been living in a cave or under a rock. I don't know how people survive living under a rock, but you know what I'm saying. There was some craziness that happened, some insurrection and stuff. People went and tried to cause terrorism on our own soil, and it was really bad. People died. It was chaos, etc. So they're getting down to the nitty-gritty of it, and they're trying to figure out why. Why weren't there National Guards deployed over there in the right amount of time? Why was there delay? What the heck is going on? So, Commander William J. Walker ain't here to play. He comes into this thing, he talks about it with his own mouth. Let's take a listen to what he has to say.
At 1:49 p.m., I received a frantic call from then Chief of United States Capitol Police Stephen Son, where he informed me that the security perimeter of the United States Capitol had been breached by hostile rioters. Chief Son, his voice cracking with emotion, indicated that there was a dire emergency at the Capitol, and he requested the immediate assistance of as many available National Guardsmen that I could muster. Immediately after that 1:49 call, I alerted the U.S. Army senior leadership of the request. The approval for Chief Son's request would eventually come from the Acting Secretary of Defense and be relayed to me by Army senior leaders at 5:08 p.m., about 3 hours and 19 minutes later.
3 hours and 19 minutes later, he finally gets the go-ahead. He finally gets a call saying, okay, National Guard can start suiting up, and you guys can start heading over. 3 hours. Over 3 hours, y'all. Do you know how much damage was done in those 3 hours? A lot. Just saying. Whole lot of damage was done in 3 hours, y'all. Whole lot of damage was done in just the first first 30 minutes. Bruh, people were dying at this point. 3 hours later. Within those 3 hours. Chief Sund was in deep doo-doo, okay? He was all up in the mucky muck, okay? His men and women are frantic. Pence is being escorted, whisked away, whilst there is a crowd of people screaming, hang Mike Pence, saying, kill Nancy Pelosi. Gallows are being erected out in the front lawn of the Capitol building. And yet, the higher-ups, or whoever there were sitting there twiddling their good old thumbs for 3 hours and 19 minutes. Now, funny thing is that I was waiting for Commander Walker, to show up and have this conversation because I had a feeling he was going to be straight real, straight funky on this mess. Can you believe this? Now, if you guys don't remember, maybe you didn't see the show where I watched the other one where they had Chief Sund, the Metropolitan Police Chief of Police there, and a bunch of other people that were involved in the higher ups that were making these decisions on whether to or whether not to. All the head of security, the head of everything were involved in this particular hearing. And the chief of police said, we were sitting there waiting for them to give us something, but I understood that they were worried about the optics verbatim, word with like no joke. They were worried about how this would look, about National Guard putting their foot down on MAGA supporters, on Trump supporters. They were more concerned about that than the actual chaos and treason and terrorism that was going on the front steps of the Capitol building. Now you're hearing proof positive from this gentleman here, Commander Walker himself, saying, we got the phone call. We had to hear from other people to give us the thumbs up. And we sat there and waited for 3 hours and 19 minutes. There is another piece where Robert Salesis, he is the, I don't know how to pronounce his name, his last name. I'm probably butchering it, but he is the acting assistant defense secretary for Homeland Defense. And he was a part of this conversation as well. We got to take a look at what he had to say. Here it is.
Let's talk about the quick reaction force then. Again, you've got a lot of experience, looked at your background. We appreciate your being here. Again, you weren't making any decisions that day. They kind of put you forward here as the person to answer questions. But based on your discussions with individuals, but isn't the purpose of a quick reaction force to quickly react to unfolding situations?
Facts.
Senator, it is.
Yeah. And of course, he's sitting there going, I know that you're not the right person to be asking these questions, but I need to ask you these questions anyway. Let's hear your 2 cents on this situation. You are part of the Homeland Defense, security defense.
Isn't requiring a pre-submitted concept of operations antithetical to the idea of enabling quick reaction?
Again, Senator, I would call our attention to the quick reaction force that day was designed to respond to the traffic control points in the metro stations. We did not have a quick reaction force to respond to the events that unfolded on the Capitol.
See, but that doesn't make any sense. If you have a quick response bracket of men and women that are ready for a quick response for emergency purposes, break in case of emergency, you know what I'm saying? They should always be ready to go. They should always be readily available. There should not be any hesitation at all whatsoever. And yet there was.
Well, I don't know that that's true. General Walker, did you not have a quick reaction force as part of the D.C. police? I think you did. You had police officers who were also guardsmen who were involved in your quick reaction force, correct?
I did.
Interesting. Let's run that back a tiny bit. Let's run that back one more time.
The Capitol.
Well, I don't know that that's true. General Walker, did you not have a
reaction force that day was designed to respond to the traffic control points in the metro stations? We did not have a quick reaction force to respond to the events that unfolded on the Capitol.
He's saying that there wasn't anything for the Capitol. They were there for traffic and such and such. They weren't there. They didn't have anybody readily available if ish hit the fan at the Capitol building. But everything surrounding it, they had people readily available. They had people there. But when it came to the building, he's trying to deny that none of that was available.
Well, I don't know that that's true. General Walker, did you not have a quick reaction force as part of the D.C. police?
Yeah.
I think you did. You had police officers who were also guardsmen who were involved in your quick reaction force, correct?
I did.
Wah, wah.
And wouldn't they have been appropriate to respond to the attack on the Capitol?
In my opinion, they would have been.
In his opinion, they would have been. Yet they weren't there. They weren't readily available. Let's continue, shall we?
I don't know. Look, I wish we had the people who were making the decision, Mr. Salas, and I don't want to put you in this position, but you're all we've got in terms of talking to DOD today.
Yeah, mercy.
In your opinion, did the attack on the Capitol constitute a last resort?
Last resort, you mean an immediate response, sir?
No. Remember, in the letter, it said only as a last resort. Do you think a last resort situation occurred when there was an attack on the Capitol?
There was certainly a last resort situation that occurred, sir.
So why did it take the Department of Defense so long to authorize the use of the National Guard, in particular, the use of the QFR?
Why did it take 3 hours and 19 minutes to get their asses down, or even just to get the thumbs up? That doesn't make any sense, right?
Senator, I can relay what I've obtained from my discussions with
AKA
the personnel that were involved that day.
they gave me a bunch of talking points and a bunch of BS, and they said tap dance, baby. Now this is the stuff that you can use to tap dance with. Enjoy. Get ready for the BS that's coming out of this dude's covered mouth.
And if you'd like to go through the timeline or just answer the question based on why the decision makers, in this case Secretary McCarthy, if we go through the timeline, clearly at 2:22 has been mentioned today. Secretary McCarthy at 2:30, as I pointed out in my oral statement, went down and saw Secretary Miller at 2:30. At 3:04, Secretary Miller made the decision to mobilize the entire National Guard.
So there was a whole half hour or so. They were just sitting there chilling?
That meant that he was calling in all the National Guard members that were assigned to the D.C. National Guard.
Okay.
At 3:04, that decision was made. Between that period of time, between 3:04 and 4:10, basically, Secretary McCarthy had asked for, he wanted to understand, because of the dynamics on the Capitol lawn with the explosives that obviously shots had been fired, he wanted to understand the employment of how the National Guard was going to be sent to the Capitol.
Huh? That makes no sense, yo. So you're telling me that the Capitol's under attack by a whole bunch of people, whole bunch of other Americans that are calling themselves patriots. And this guy's going, whoa, 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 hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. What's really going on over there? Before I send anybody over, I just want to know what's really going on over there. You know what I'm saying? What exactly is going on over there? Because I don't know if I want to bring anybody over there and my men get hurt. Huh? Full on terrorism, full on terrorist attack going on, front steps of the Capitol, and there's hesitation to utilize the men that are there to be used for something like this. The in case of emergency guys are still glassed up, still in the glass cases. Because one dude is going, wait a second, I just want to make sure, because after what? 2 hours at this point? If he says 4 o'clock, that's 2 hours of just nothing.
What their missions were going to be. Were they going to be clearing buildings? Would they be doing perimeter security? How would they be equipped? He wanted to understand how they were going to be armed, because obviously shots had been fired.
Does that make any sense? My beautiful people, fam, please tell me this does not make any sense. Because to me, it doesn't make any sense. You got a whole... You got people attacking people. You have elected officials, very important people, VI mother effing P, inside a building, terrified out of their minds. You have bombs that have been found in various places. I understand that you want to know what the bearings are and what you got to, what they're walking into. But isn't it the same thing? Like they should be just suited, booted, freaking body armor with some gas masks and get the stuff that they need to do and be done. Like, why is there such a hesitation on this? Oh yeah, I forgot. Because they're worried about the optics.
Asking a lot of questions to understand exactly how they were going to be employed here at the Capitol and how many National Guard members needed to be employed on the Capitol.
Let me just say, with all due respect, and my time is coming to an end, 3 hours and 19 minutes. 3 hours and 19 minutes from the first plea, really.
Yep.
With his voice cracking with emotion, as the Major General said. You have Chief of Police, son, saying, help, we need help, now, 3 hours and 19 minutes. And that can't happen again. You agree with that?
No. See, and that's the thing. It should not have happened, period. It should not have happened, period, y'all. And yet, Robert Saleh says, or whatever, sales less, I don't know. It's just using excuse. Ay. Come on, man. Like, I swear to God, this is like that Cranberry song. You know what I mean? Do you have to let it linger? Like, why did they have to sit and just wait? Why were they waiting? What's the point in that, man? Wow.
Senator, I do.
Thank you.
You better know. Damn. You see what I'm saying? These are the kind of things that are going on. Okay? Let's keep it straight funky here, y'all. A lot of shady-ish is going on here. Shadiness all day. Shady McShaderson is going on here. And it seems like our boy, our modern Major General, the only dude here, General William Walker, is coming through with them receipts, yo. Take a look.
A standard component of such support is the stand-up of an off-site quick reaction force, an element of guardsmen held in reserve with civil disturbance response equipment, helmets, shields, batons, etc. They are postured to quickly respond to an urgent and immediate need for assistance by civil authorities.
This dude is basically speaking truth right now. These mother lovers just need to show up, period. They should already have their standard pieces. You know what I mean? Like, if there's any type of emergency and a doctor has to show up, he just picks up his freaking medical bag and he walks into the place ready to go. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't sit there and go, wait a second, I understand that he's having a heart attack, a massive heart attack right now, but what is it? What else is going on in the room? I just need to know what the atmosphere is. You know, I need to bring in my sage so I can burn some sage in the background. What exactly is the room? Is the windows open? Are they closed? Is it sunny? Is there a lot of light that goes into the room? You know what I mean? Is his sister there? Because, you know, I used to have a thing with his sister way in the back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to make sure, is she going to be there before I come in here and save his ass? No. You grab your medical bag and you walk your ass into the thing and you save the lives. Same thing with these dudes. You pick up your stuff, you pick up your guns, your weapons, and you walk out. There is no hesitation on, oh, wait, we need to make sure we got this, and then, ooh, no, not those boots. No, those other boots. Let me get those boots. Yes. And then, I don't like that camo, the body, Kevlar. I want that one. That one's the gray one. That would really match the boots. And then let me no, there's no time. You pick up your stuff and you move.
The Secretary of the Army's January 5th letter to me withheld that authority for me to employ a quick reaction force. Additionally, the Secretary of the Army's memorandum to me required that a concept of operation be submitted to him before the employment of a quick reaction force. I found that requirement to be unusual, as was the requirement to seek approval to move guardsmen supporting the Metropolitan Police Department to move from one traffic control point to another.
Let's listen to that part one more again.
Usual, as was the requirement to seek approval to move guardsmen supporting the Metropolitan Police Department to move from one traffic control point to another.
Getting approval to bring one group over to another side. Transportation of guys, of men and women, to help fight back and push back these crazy rioters that were outside the building and inside the building. And yet there was hesitation. 3 hours and 20 minutes. What the hell was going on during those 3 hours and 19 minutes, just to be exact? What was going on during that time, guys? Why was that happening? Why were they so worried about the optics of everything? Because that's what we heard in the other piece from the chief of the Metropolitan Police chief. They were worried about the optics. Same thing. You're hearing it right now. They were worried about the optics again. Now, I understand I totally, fully, 110% understand wanting to know what you're put your men into, what you're bringing your men into, what they're going to march into. You want to know what kind of chaos is going on, right? But a lot of it is they just need boots on the ground. They just need a helping hand. And sometimes you just don't have time to sit there and gauge what's going on to the most finite detail. Sometimes you just need heroes that are going to run towards the burning building, not people who are going to sit there, look at the burning building and go, well, is it really burning or not? The flames seem a little high. I'm worried about my boys. No, you run towards that fire. You run towards the muck. That's what they're there for. The quick response team, or whatever they call them, that's what they're there for. That's what it's made for. That's what they're there for, y'all. And yet they sat on this stuff and let people get hurt and people die during this time. It's a really, really bad look. Real talk. But huge shout out to General Walker for having balls and just being real. You know what I mean? Like I said, he came through. He came through with receipts. He was not playing around, you know? And I don't blame him. We all need to hear the truth. Because all of us have our crazy concoction of conspiracy theories that are floating around. This only shows proof positive that maybe something really was going on the inside. Something to think about. Anyway, that's the video. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. What are your thoughts on this situation? You know, to me, it's just adding more. It's just pointing more fingers in the direction of shady and inside job. That's just my personal opinion. Love to hear your thoughts. Comment down below. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you haven't done it yet, crush that subscribe button. It'd be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. Oh, and by the way, I just want to say, this is only a tip of the iceberg of the conversation. If you're interested in checking it out, please go and check it out. I'll make sure I put a link down below to the full live conversation that they had for the hearing today. Okay? But anyway, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys in the next video. This is the Pascal Show. Bye. He didn't come to play, y'all.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.